G'day, everybody. Welcome back to All Things Podcast. My name's Isaac, and I am once again joined by the one and only Joseph. His third episode back onto the show. How you doing tonight, Joseph?
Good, thanks. It's great to be back. I'm
Yes,
absolutely
your,
enjoying.
your third episode now.
Yep.
The episode you've been on have done really, really well. So everyone's loving having you on the show, and yeah, it's good to talk to you on the show. Talk about lots of stuff, and our episodes go on, the episodes we do together, they go on for hours, but tonight we are gonna try to cut it short, and we're just gonna talk about Tales of the Jedi and Andor episode 7. Tales of the Jedi came out tonight, and oh my goodness, I've got a lot to talk about. And Andor episode 7, we'll give our little review on that, not much to talk about. We haven't watched Andor episode 8. It's 50 minutes long. My brother watched, he said it's like a snooze fest. I've got school tomorrow. I don't want to be up all night editing a podcast episode and recording, so we're just going to talk about Taz of the Jedi mainly and a little bit of Andor episode 7. So, if you guys enjoy this episode, please smash the like button if you're listening on YouTube. If not, if you're listening on a podcast streaming platform, please give us a rating, give us a follow, give us a subscribe. Much appreciated. And let's get right into today's episode of All Things Podcast, episode 27. Alrighty, let's start the episode off talking about Tales of the Jedi. God, Star Wars is back. Star Wars animation is saving the freaking franchise. I swear to God, Dave Filoni, you know how to please the fans. I loved that. I just wish it was longer. It was too short. Why did they have to do shorts? I loved it though. Every episode was amazing. They made me love Ahsoka and Count Dooku even more. The first time we've ever got on screen stuff before episode 1, which was amazing. Young Qui-Gon. Joseph, what did you think, dude? Oh, dude, I got so much to say, man.
I mean, yeah, no, I agree. I think it was amazing because it's what we've been asking for. Like the fans
Yes,
in
yes.
in whole have been asking for is like, yeah, I'd much prefer a live action TV series about it all, but also that's a bit too much to ask for.
Mm.
Um, but seeing these characters again since the Clone Wars and Ahsoka, we've seen in just about everything. Um,
Mm.
but Dooku, we saw Yaddle, right? We saw Qui
Yes.
Gon. Um, it's just like it's just good to see them back. And
I
I believe,
loved
as
it,
you
dude.
said, Liam Neeson came back. I believe
Yeah, Liam
for
Neeson
older Qui
voiced
Gon,
older Qui-Gon, which was really nice to hear.
and his son played young Qui Gon.
Young Qui-Gon,
Very
yes,
cool.
that's correct, yeah.
Um, we see Mace Windu.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just they're starting to do things right again,
They
and
are. I mean, Dave Filoni always knows how to please us fans,
yeah,
and he's really
yeah,
smashing it out with the animations. Animation Star Wars is like the only good Star Wars right now. Yeah, Andor's great, but it just doesn't feel like Star Wars.
which is a shame.
Yeah,
But
I mean, yeah, Andor's really good. Andor's really good, but it's really different. We're not. It's really new and different,
it is.
which is good, but it'll take getting used to. But Tales of the Jedi, God, bro, I wish I recorded my reaction because it was my mouth was dropped the whole freaking show. Episode 4 was by far every episode was amazing, but episode 4 was my favorite. When Yaddle died, Count Dooku killed her. Count Dooku obviously went and met with Palpatine, voiced by Ian McDermott, which was really nice,
The role.
bro. Obviously we see Qui Gon, older Qui Gon, and it intervenes with Episode 1 when Count Dooku is at the Jedi archives and he deletes the Camino off the map that because of the clones that Sifo Dyas or organized. Count Dooku was the only one that knew about it, and he deleted it. Like, as we know in Attack of the Clones, Obi-Wan goes there and they go through the archives, but Camino doesn't exist because Count Dooku deleted it, and that was so nice to see.
Yeah, we
Um,
see a lot of those kind of things. It's like as I was telling you before, we see how Ahsoka got her lightsabers
mm-hmm.
by defeating that Inquisitor with
Episode
very
6.
little trouble. Like
Yeah,
that did not look difficult for her.
no, it did not.
I mean that
She didn't even
just goes to
have a
how quick she is.
lightsaber, and he had his, double bladed Inquisitor, and
Yeah,
he just moves her head, and yeah, easy kill, chops his head off. Um,
with his own saber.
yeah, with his saber, she takes it, and then yeah, that was another thing. Like, it was really brutal. Like,
Yeah, it kind of
Yaddle's
was.
death was brutal as hell. So first she got crushed, but then he used the Force to stop the thing crushing her, and then the Force theme played, which was really nice. And then she got sliced by Dooku, which was a bit too much. Was not expecting that.
Yeah, I mean,
You
I
know,
really hope that
animated show.
this is the way that Disney want to
Yeah,
push their
dude,
Star Wars as a much darker show.
definitely. I
Um,
am. I want a season 2 of this definitely. Like, give us a Tales of the Sith as well. Tales of the Jedi. They could do multiple seasons of different character arcs and make it longer, man. Shorts were too short.
I mean, they have two more eras that they can go through.
Yeah, I mean they
Like
could cover stuff that we don't even know about. They could, High Republic, like stuff in the novels or comics.
mm,
OT era, sequel era. There's
it's
so much. There's endless possibilities.
there is, and I really hope that Disney capitalizes on this because I think Tales is going to be. It looks good. It it excites the fans. The
I
prequel
loved it.
era is, I'd say, one of the most exciting era.
Definitely.
Like
Oh, dude, I loved it.
um,
And
it's just yeah,
we see Ahsoka training, and Anakin basically trains her how to survive Order 66 with the clones. Um,
oh yeah, that was
and if you look at the move she did, you go to season 7 of Clone Wars when the clones are executing Order 66. She does the
yeah,
exact same moves.
yeah,
Anakin taught her how to survive Order 66. That's crazy. And when you know those little droid things that shoot at her
yeah,
before she did
yeah.
the training with clones, we saw Kane and Jarrus sitting down watching with his master, Caleb Doom. We saw little Caleb Doom.
Yeah,
That was like little things like that got me excited. I was like, no way. The whole show, bro.
it's
I was like, holy crap, this is good. Um, so, and like when, as I said before, it intervenes with episode 1, and when Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan are fighting more, and then Qui-Gon dies. Count Dooku doesn't go to the funeral. He says he's one with the Force. Count Dooku's really upset. Goes faces Palpatine and says, "You've gone too far." Yaddle follows him. We know how that happens. Yaddle dies. Palpatine's eyes go Sith. I loved it. I really did for those 10 minutes got me excited. I've never been that excited for Star Wars since Revenge of the
yeah.
Sith. This has been my favorite Star Wars content since Revenge of the Sith. I've loved this over The Mandalorian. There's been nothing else good except The Mandalorian. I mean, parts of Obi-Wan were good, but overall Obi-Wan wasn't great. Book of Boba parts were good, but weren't the great. This was my favorite Star Wars since Revenge of the Sith. I'm gonna say
That's
that.
a big claim.
I loved it, dude, and I'm gonna rewatch it so many times. In total, it's so short, which annoys me. But Dave Filoni really knows how to please the fans and knows how to do what we want. He knows he's literally got George Lucas's brain. He The storytelling in those 10 minutes, it was like 10 to 15 minutes long. The storytelling was perfect. The character development was perfect. The action was perfect. He fit all that in 10 minutes, in 15 minutes,
Hmm.
and then
It,
Andor
it,
goes out for 50 minutes, a snooze fest, while Dave Filoni creates a 10-minute action-packed story building, character building, amazing episode of my favorite characters. Ahsoka, she's even more one of my favorite characters now. Dooku, even more one of my favorite characters. Like, dude, I'm just
Yeah,
so happy.
it's exciting. It's like it kind of gives me more promise and more excitement to be
Huh?
a Star Wars fan because
Huh?
it's something that we've lacked. Like I was excited for Obi-Wan, I was let down. I
Obi-Wan was
did
a
enjoy
real big letdown.
some episodes, but my hype
Uh, yeah,
exceeded what I got out of
with
it.
Obi-Wan, like overall, I didn't enjoy every episode. I enjoyed parts of episodes. Like episode
Yeah,
5, I enjoyed parts of that, the flashbacks, but overall, I didn't enjoy the full thing. Episode 6, I enjoyed the Vader and Kenobi stuff. Overall, I didn't enjoy it all because of Reva. Reva took me out of it.
yeah. It's
But, Dave
I,
Filoni, I feel like he should be leading Star Wars. Him and John Favreau, Dave Filoni, give him a movie. Give him, imagine if he made an animation movie, Clone Wars animation. What he could do like, endless possibilities. They need to give him a movie contract, man. Like, there's been,
trilogy contract.
yes, trilogy. There's been rumors now, that there's a new Star Wars, um, movie in development. Now we always hear this, but anyway, like this guy called Damon Lindelof has a Star Wars movie, and apparently it's at the top of priority for Lucasfilm. And apparently the Miss Marvel director, now I don't know how to pronounce her name, but like it's like Charmin O'May-Chin. I can't pronounce it, but apparently she's directing it, and it will be set after Rise of Skywalker. May include sequel characters. It won't be Star Wars 10 or continuing the Skywalker saga, but could include Rey, Poe, Finn, blah blah blah. But like, I, that would flop. I'm not going to see that. If it's involving the sequels, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna go see it. I'm not gonna go see something I know I'm
Yeah,
not gonna like. I might watch it when it comes on Disney Plus. I'm not gonna go see it in theaters. I'm sorry, I won't.
yeah. No, I like
They know what
it.
us Star Wars fans want. They know what we want. Dave knows what we want, but they just not
Yeah, I
giving us what we
understand.
want. Obviously, Dave
I
wants to,
understand
but
it.
he can't control everything.
Like the money comes from the fans, right?
Correct.
So when you try to appeal to the fans as best you can,
Like Obi-Wan Kenobi show, the budget was really small, and I think they did this on purpose. Now, I don't know, but I think they did on purpose. I think like they knew Obi-Wan was going to make them heaps of money because it's Obi-Wan. People are going to watch it regardless. So they gave it a small budget so they could make even more money. I don't think they
yeah,
really care about us fans. They just care about money. Lucasfilm is a money hungry business now. When George Lucas owned it, he didn't care about money. He just wanted to tell a good story. And I
and he
want them
did
to
that.
go back to those good old days. I've always said this. I'm not a huge fan of Kathleen Kennedy. Yeah, I'm a fan of her old stuff in the past. Like she's 70 years old now. She worked on E.T., the original Star Wars, the original Jurassic Park. She did amazing stuff. But at the moment, she's executed Order 66 on George Lucas and the Star Wars community. Like Dave
It's unfortunate.
Filoni and Jon Favreau need to take over. I've said it a
Yeah,
million times. And when her contract runs out in 2024, I really hope she retires and John takes the role of the new president of Lucasfilm.
I think it'll be a big switch
It
when
will be.
things like that. When she leaves, I think it'll be a big change, like for Star Wars.
Yep.
Um,
Like, we've recently got news today that the president of DC, he stepped down a few weeks ago, and Marvel
yeah,
filmmaker known for Guardians of the Galaxy, James Gunn, is now the head of DC.
yeah, that's
DC
massive.
is
Like
about to go up. We know what happened, with Superman. Henry Cavill is back as Superman. Um, Black Adam's popping off.
that's currently the number
Marvel,
one movie in the world right now.
yeah, I'm going to see it this weekend probably, and I've seen the end credit. I've seen the ending. Um, and it looks so good. Audience
Yep.
scores amazing. Critic scores aren't that good, but critics don't know anything these days. Um, but DC and Marvel, they're pushing through. They're giving stuff that the fans want. The Rock just wants to tell a good story and something the fans want, just like George Lucas used to do, or when he was in control of Star Wars.
Yeah.
Marvel Marvel's been on and off. You know, half of Marvel's amazing, half the other half's pretty stupid. Yeah,
Lately it has been like,
lately, like Black Panther's gonna be great. I really hope. We got Ant Man trailer. That's gonna be
yep,
amazing. Um, but then like She Hulk. I didn't watch the finale, but I know what happened. Hulk's son. Um,
yep.
what the hell? Why the hell does he look like that? He not look like that in the comics. Big miss
No,
right there.
he looks awful.
Big
Yeah,
miss
like,
right
I
there.
like it, but they're taking a step. Like he's gonna take over for Bruce, obviously.
Mm, mm.
Um, but just
Um,
I don't know. It's Disney. Disney in its entirety are
yeah.
that.
Well, there's been rumors that DC, because DC is owned by Warner Bros. Currently, and there's been rumors
Mhm.
it's going to be sold to Universal in 2024 when the Warner Bros. Like renew their contract with DC or something. Or I don't know
I
how it
hope
works,
so.
but
I hope they go to
yeah.
Universal because I don't want Disney. Okay,
Uh, yeah.
here's the thing. Apparently, it's been rumored. It's been rumored that
If
Disney
this,
want to buy out Warner Bros.
oh,
Okay,
dude,
no, but the reason that I want this not to happen
I don't want it to happen. No way.
is because at least on the superhero standpoint, right? DC versus Marvel, it's always been in competition. Even before the movies, in comics, it was always in competition.
Yeah,
If Disney owned both companies, there's no more competition, which means Disney choose which does better.
yeah,
Because
and they'll
the
probably
reason why
just.
Marvel did so well over this last 2 decades is because DC wasn't.
Mm,
People wanted to go see superheroes, and DC were pumping out stuff like Dark Knight. Yes, the Dark Knight trilogy, amazing.
yeah,
But besides that, Man of Steel wasn't great. Um, a lot of people, it didn't do well. Um, Suicide
Justice
Squad,
League.
the original Suicide Squad did not do well. Like the
Justice League, not people only really like this the Snyder cut.
yeah, um,
Just think
second Wonder
with
Woman
like,
movie.
yeah, that's the thing with film companies is that they try to cramp everything into a time into like they don't want stuff going over 2 hours. I feel like now, like Snyder cut's 4 hours long, and people love it. Like if they have to take 4 hours to tell an amazing story, do it. I would rather a 4 hour movie than a 2 hour everything crammed in.
Yeah,
See,
like
that's
if
the
you're not gonna,
thing film
if
companies
not,
do because they only want money. If the film's only 2 hours long, that means more sessions at movie theaters, meaning
yeah,
more times people can go see it, meaning more box office money, meaning more
yep,
profit. And that's the only thing they care about.
exactly.
And
Like,
it's a shame. Like like streaming platforms are taking over the cinemas. Cinemas are dying because of streaming platforms, and that's why Disney Plus released shows weekly because
hmm
so that people can extend their membership. And it was 12 freaking episodes long. That's how long? How that's 2.5 months,
and I'd say so far
3 months.
we'd have
Which
3 of them being filler episodes. By the sounds of it,
yeah,
episode 8, 50 minutes. It sounds like a filler episode.
yeah. My brother
I'd
said
say
it was a snooze
3.
fest.
Sorry, not episode 3, episode 2,
Episode two,
and I mean maybe at least
episode
2 filler
five.
episodes for Andor.
Episode 2, episode 5, episode 8. I haven't seen episode 8 yet, but just
Yeah,
assuming.
it's just like Tales is such a good step for
Oh,
Star
dude.
Wars.
I
I
loved
have
it.
not been
Season
excited for
2.
Star Wars stuff.
Jeez.
Yes, no, they could. If they don't do a season 2, they're losing out because Tales is going to boost the looks of Star Wars. It's bringing
Hmm.
back the best time period.
Hmm.
If you ask a Star Wars fan, like for entertainment purposes, if you ask a Star Wars fan what the most entertaining part of Star Wars is, they'll say the prequels. So that's including the Clone Wars, right? The series.
Yep.
Yeah, the movie. I know that didn't. A lot of people don't like that, but
That was just
the
like
movie,
4 episodes just joined together. They just wanted to,
yeah,
yeah.
the Clone Wars movie, the Clone Wars series, Bad Batch. You can argue, you can't really argue Rebels, but
No, it's still
um,
it's animation by Dave Filoni, and it's freaking amazing.
yeah, but like it's so entertainment rich. Like it's got so
Hmm.
much that they can
Like
use,
that
and they
Tales of the
haven't
Jedi.
for so long.
10 minutes of Tales of the Jedi, I was more excited Dude, like 10 minutes. It took 10 minutes for me
It,
to love Star Wars again.
the
Took them
only
10
reason that
minutes.
I can see why they did it as so short is because it doesn't leave room for people to get bored.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't leave room for people to find things that they don't
See,
like in the
that's
show.
like the Bad Batch, the season 1, episode 1, the premiere for season 1. It's
Mm,
over an hour long, and holy crap, half of it's boring.
yeah, like if you cut down Obi-Wan to half its length per episode,
But I think that's
the
cool
episodes will be relieved. Like
because
the episodes will be received as better, more
yeah,
entertaining episodes.
I agree.
It's just like the Patterson cut, right? He cuts out all the
Yeah,
stuff we didn't need,
correct. But
and it's received so much more highly.
like it's Obi-Wan Kenobi. They could do so much in that show,
Yeah,
but they
they could have.
they they don't know what the hell they went wrong. They didn't hire the correct people. Dave Filoni should have done that show. Why would they not ask Dave Filoni? He knows Star
Oh,
Wars better than
John.
anybody. Yeah, Dave Filoni knows Star Wars better than anybody at Lucasfilm right now.
Yeah, I don't know why they didn't use somebody with a
With Tales of the Jedi, I really think Dave spoke to George Lucas in secret about it, and like with Count Dooku stuff,
I'd be surprised
because
if he doesn't talk about him. Talk about
George,
with
yeah, like George Lucas wrote so many treatments for so many characters. He had a Count Dooku film treatment. He had so many film treatments, so many video game treatments that he just never
mhm.
did. That never happened. He gave those treatments to Disney, but they look at the put it in the bin, create their own shit
Yep.
stuff. Like, um, I really think Dave would have spoke to George about Tales, and I really think so. Like, we know he's been on set of Mandalorian. Um, yeah,
I
I
mean, yeah,
just
as you said though, like Tails, so good.
I was, bro. I
And
literally my reaction was, bro. My jaw was dropped the whole time. I
yeah,
Episode 4 was amazing. Sifo Diaz, like with Count Dooku deleting Camino, Count Dooku killing Yaddle. Yaddle doesn't talk backwards. Um, which
yeah.
is it must be, as I said, a male thing for their species, or it could just be Yoda. He could just have something wrong. Um,
Yep. I mean, it's
we'll
probably that.
see with Grogu, because obviously Grogu's a male, so we'll know when he talks. It's gonna be weird hearing Grogu talk.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
I don't
weird,
know. I don't even know when to expect that.
bro.
Like,
I'll
he's
audition
50
to
right now.
I'll audition to voice Yoda. I mean Grogu.
Grogu. Yep.
I'll audition to voice Grogu.
But
Give me the lines, and I can talk backwards all days.
it's easy.
Yeah,
It's easy, man.
give me the lines, and I'll do it. But how's it, Jenna, dude? Oh, thank you, Dave Filoni, dude. Like, you really know what to do for us Star Wars fans. You do. You freaking freaking how long? Like 60 minutes in total. 10 to 15 minutes per episode, and that was more Star Wars than anything has been since the Mandalorian. Yeah, Mandalorian. With Luke showing up and stuff. But that
Yep.
was my favorite Star Wars since Revenge of the Sith. That is my favorite Star Wars show ever. And I say that over the Clone Wars. Now, I think, okay, we've
Over
got
Rogue
six
One and
episodes.
over Solo.
Over Rogue One, over Solo,
I
over.
wasn't. I wasn't that big a fan of either of them, and I agree. I completely agree.
The first half of Rogue One's boring, in my opinion. But the second half's
Yeah,
good, with Vader. That's cool. Vader just
yeah,
hits different in
he
Rogue
does.
One. He does. But no,
Um,
Towers Jedi, bloody amazing. Episode 4, definitely my favorite. Bryce Dallas Howard, by the way, she voiced Yaddle. If you didn't know,
oh, okay.
the person she's in Jurassic World. She
Oh, yes, yes, yes. Okay.
the redhead lady.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
She also directed
Wow.
some of the Mandalorian episodes. Yeah, she voices Yaddle.
I did not expect that, but
Uh,
that's cool.
yeah. Um. Obviously, Ian McDermott voicing Palpatine.
Oh,
I love that.
too good.
Liam Neeson as Qui-Gon, older Qui-Gon, which was amazing, dude. That's the first time we've seen Qui-Gon animated, not in a Force Ghost form. Because
It
in
is
Clone
too.
Wars, we've seen him as a Force Ghost, obviously, with Yoda
Yeah,
and the wheels and stuff. Uh, but it was amazing, dude. And then his son voicing younger Qui-Gon.
I thought that was really cool. I think they could do a lot there.
They could, bro. Give us more of this in freaking 60-minute episodes.
Yeah, I'd like to see a Qui-Gon Dooku animated TV series that went on
Give me a
for
bro.
two,
It,
3 seasons.
this animated stuff, I'm loving it. Like everything animated, it doesn't fail to disappoint. Give me a more animated TV show. If we got a more show, I would want it to be
Please,
animated. To be honest, I would rather
please.
animated over live action. To be honest, um,
Yeah,
Count Dooku and Qui Gon animated. Oh, dude. Obviously, we know. Now Liam Neeson is down to come back as Qui Gon. He came back for Obi-Wan and now Tails. So he's invested to do more Star Wars, which is good because
I think he didn't
he
ever wanted to stop. Like he
well
loved
he
playing Qui-Gon.
yeah he was gonna quit acting after the Phantom Menace because of the backlash.
Oh wow.
So many episodes, so many actors back were going to quit after um
Yeah,
Phantom Menace because of the backlash. Liam Neeson was one of
it's
them.
disappointing.
I think Ewan
But
McGregor was like the only one that like didn't want to quit and just wanted to do heaps
yeah.
more because I don't know, he was just so happy to be in Star Wars.
How could you not be though? It's like
I know, yeah.
it's Star Wars, and I feel like you saying that kind of makes me feel like the company is taking Star Wars for granted
Uh, uh,
because
yeah.
it's, as we were saying, like it's what we've had before Tales is kind of been lazy. And correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't somebody on who was in production of the Obi-Wan show hadn't even watched Revenge of the Sith?
Yeah. Forgot who it was. I think the writer, Joby Howard, or whatever his name was. I think one of the writers had never
Yeah,
watched Revenge of the Sith, where the Clone
which to
Wars, so.
me is like absurd.
Mm. It's
Um,
it's the two favorites, arguably the two best favorite characters in all of Star Wars, and you don't even watch like their main movie, the movie
yeah,
that happened before this, the last thing we have seen as fans before the Obi-Wan show.
and that's just that's where I stand. Like I feel like they're taking Star Wars for granted. It's such a big market. Everybody loves it. Not everybody,
Mm.
obviously, but so many. It's such a large market, and because they know that they can make money by just pumping us with content, it's kind of ruined it. But Tales of the Jedi has given me hope for Star Wars. Mandalorian has given me hope for Star Wars,
Hmm.
and I'm just excited to see more of it because
I think
I
once
haven't
the
been excited for so long.
I agree. I think once the Mandoverse is done, like everything's set around Mandalorian. So we got Skeleton Crew, Mandalorian, Boba Fett, Ahsoka, Ezra Show potentially, um, and so much more to come. When that is finished, which will be ages away, I reckon Dave Filoni will get his own movie.
He has done more than
He
enough to deserve his own movie
already,
already.
definitely. Yeah, definitely. He could create this. Okay, once he finishes Mandoverse, give him 10 million movies to do. He could do prequel era movies, stuff before prequels. He could do stuff after Rise of Skywalker with Grogu. Um,
Yep.
I saw this fan art the other day. It was Grogu wearing Din Djarin's armor. It was absolutely cool, but obviously we know that can't happen because Grogu's gonna be little and not gonna fit Din
Yep.
Djarin's armor. But that'd be so cool.
Yeah. Like, it's just yeah. I
So
mean,
much
when
stuff.
are we getting? Do we know when Mando season 3's coming out? It's next year, right?
Yeah, next year. They said at
After
Celebration.
Ahsoka.
No, before Ahsoka. It's
Oh,
finished. So Ahsoka's still in filming. So
yeah.
Mando's been done for like 6 months. But
Okay.
so at Celebration they told us it was coming February, but when they released the teaser trailer, it just says 2023 because they delayed the Bad Batch to January 4, 2022. 3.
Okay.
I reckon they're now delaying Mando, and I've done maths. I've done the maths, and Bad Batch season 2 is 16 episodes long with 2 episode premiere, so it will finish mid-April when Star Wars Celebration starts. Star Wars Celebration next year starts mid-April. They could potentially
Okay.
release Mandalorian season 3 then, or they release it in February, and so that means it would overlap with the Bad Batch, but they would both finish halfway through April, and then Ahsoka could come out for Celebration. And then when
Yeah.
Ahsoka
I don't.
finishes, we could get Skeleton Crew. So the shows that are supposedly coming out next year, the ones that they've told us, is Bad Batch season 2, Mando season 3, Vision season 2, this stupid Young Jedi Adventures for little kids. It's gonna be canon apparently, and Yoda's in it. It's set during the High Republic. It looks stupid. The animation looks what the hell. Ahsoka, Skeleton Crew, and the Acolyte. Hopefully some new animated shows. We got Jedi Survivor. So we got a lot of stuff coming for Star Wars next year, but I really think a
Yeah.
lot of it's going to be delayed. And they've still obviously got to announce things at Celebration next year. We didn't even know we were getting Tales of Jedi till what, like 6 months ago?
Yeah. Yeah. But that's why I think it's such a small thing. It's small,
Yeah.
but it's good. Which
Yeah.
obviously, if it doesn't receive well for whatever reason,
Mm,
they won't do it again. But
Tales of Jedi.
yeah, like I think the only reason that it won't receive well is because it's small.
I
But
loved it, bro.
knowing Disney, if it doesn't do well, they won't
The
push it again.
Guess what the rating is on um
IMBD
IMDb? Yeah,
is it out of
out of
10
10,
or
out
out of
of 10,
5?
out of 10.
I'm gonna say 9.2.
It's currently at 9.4.
Oh, I wasn't that far off.
That's good, and I don't want to look at Rotten Tomatoes. Oh God,
No, no,
shoot.
no.
They are not trustworthy.
Oh,
100%.
let's go.
Bro, this is.
That can change.
I want.
That'll
Yeah,
change.
it will change, but still, that's good for the world. It's been out for a few hours now. But give
Yeah.
me season 2, please. I reckon we'll get a season 2 because it's not limited series. It says since 2022, so whenever it says that, it's usually gonna get more. Because like Obi-Wan says 2022, and Boba Fett says 2021 to 2022 because it came out at the end of last year, like this end
Yep.
of December, so overlapped in January. Mando says since 2019, so hopefully we get more of it.
It deserves more. It's going to bring so much to Star Wars.
Definitely, man. I loved it. As I said, my favorite Star Wars in ages, and I love Star Wars once again, thanks to that show.
Yeah.
It
Oh,
brought
yeah,
me
it's
back.
great.
You know, the Qui-Gon stuff, the Count Dooku, Ahsoka, Anakin. Got a little bit of Obi-Wan. We saw bloody Kanan Jarrus, Caleb Dune back then. Obviously, before he named himself Kanan Jarrus after Order 66. We also know Ahsoka renamed herself also after Order 66 when she was working on that farm. Forgot what they called her. Mace Windu, Sifo Dyas stuff. Count Dooku going into the archives and deleting Camino. Palpatine voiced by Ian McDermott. Now that he voiced him for Tales of the Jedi, I reckon he's the voice for him for Bad Batch season 2 as well.
Okay, yeah. He's done so much.
He absolutely
Like-
freaking debated us at Celebration this year. He said that he's probably done with Star Wars and probably not gonna do anything for a really long time, and he's doing all this. He did Kenobi, Taz Jedi, probably Bad Batch, and who knows what else, Andor potentially. I really think we're gonna
Yeah.
see Palpatine. My brother said in episode 8 they mentioned him. In episode 7 they mentioned
They
him
mention
a lot,
him.
and episode 7 they mentioned him a lot. And my brother said episode 8 they still continue to mention him. So I reckon he's
I
coming.
think it's
I
going to
reckon
set
he's
up
coming.
to a big reveal at the end
Yep.
of the season, or at the start of next season, something
I
like that.
reckon, yeah, Andor season 2. I reckon it's gonna be amazing. I reckon we're gonna get Thrawn because Thrawn is going to make his live action debut in the Ahsoka show. So we're obviously gonna get Ahsoka show
Yep.
before Andor season 2. Andor season 2 is for 2024 supposedly. So I reckon we could get Grand Admiral Thrawn in Andor season 2. Now speaking of Thrawn species, the Chiss. We see one in Andor in the background. I don't know if you noticed it, but I saw it in the corner of my eye. We see this little Chiss.
I don't. Oh, I didn't see it. No.
Yeah, I noticed it. One of the aliens in the background, it was a chiss. He had red sunglasses on or something. It was funny.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was cool.
It's
That's like a
Star
nice
Wars. It's
little
bringing
nod.
me back.
It is, bro.
Second
Like,
half of 2022 Star Wars. It's bringing me back. But we've got to wait a while.
I'm just,
What's
I think I've gotten over, Kenobi.
yeah
Kenobi was something that should have been the best Star Wars show ever, but
yeah
it's my least favorite Star Wars show. Sad to say.
over Boba Fett?
Yeah, it is because it more ruined the characters that I loved than made them better. Yeah, the fight in
Yeah
episode 6 was cool. Yeah, the flashbacks were cool, but overall, I'm sorry, it wasn't. It wasn't wasn't what I wanted. Wasn't what I hoped.
yeah. No,
They
that's
had
understandable.
endless possibilities for flashbacks of the Clone Wars in live action, actual proper flashback. They had so much. They make
Potential.
canon freaking like literally. I watched the Qui-Gon episode today when he talks to Yoda and says he can't become a physical form unless the wills. He's on a special planet, whatever. But he can't become a physical form whenever he wants because he didn't finish his
Yeah
training. But then he just shows up in Kenobi, which I loved. I love seeing him, but it then just makes canon even more twisted than it already is.
yeah. No, it was lazy by Disney, and
They just didn't do their homework.
yeah. But when have they for Star Wars at least?
Yeah, like look at
Um.
sequel trilogy. J.J. Abrams a freaking
mm,
prequel hater.
Yeah. I mean, the hiring for directors and writers maybe
Well,
wasn't the best.
what do you like better, Rise of Skywalker or Last Jedi?
Okay.
I've been thinking about this
I-
a lot, but I want to know your opinion. What do you think's better?
So I think Rise of Skywalker is better, but only because Last Jedi ruins more. It's Rise of Skywalker isn't a better movie. I'd say it's a worse movie because, but
Okay,
Last Jedi just ruins more Star Wars for
okay,
me. Like
okay. Okay. From a
it
s-
ruins Luke.
it does.
That's the biggest problem. It ruins Luke Skywalker, who I'd say,
It ruins
aside
Luke.
from Vader, is the arguably biggest character in Star Wars.
It ruins Luke. Last Jedi. But
Hmm.
Episode 9 ruins Anakin.
Yeah,
Who would you rather be ruined?
yeah.
Luke or Anakin?
Oh,
I can't decide. That is
the
why I'm
reason.
still twisted between which is better or worse. I now Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker are my least favorite Star Wars movies, but I have to say Rise of Skywalker is my least favorite, and then Last Jedi. Last Jedi from a filmmaking perspective, it's stunning. It's amazing. The directing is really good. The acting is really good. The cinematography is really good. The editing is really good. The visual effects are really good. It's just the story for me.
So
But then you look at Rise of Skywalker. The story is what the hell. The acting is cringe. Directing is cringe. Writing is, as I said, what the hell, really cringe. Um, bringing power and Rise of Skywalker not only ruined Anakin's legacy and Anakin being the chosen one, it ruined Palpatine.
yeah,
Bringing
I
him
can
back, bringing him back's okay, but the way they did it was a joke.
I can back I can back all of it. I understand all of it, and I agree with all of it. But the reason that I blame Last Jedi, that I dislike Last Jedi more, is it does what it wants to, and it doesn't. Like, yeah, Rise of Skywalker did break everything. Like, it ruined Anakin's character, his entire character arc, his entire stories. But it is the fault of Last Jedi that J.J. Abrams had to bring back Palpatine
I
because
agree.
Ryan Johnson
Okay, yeah, it was,
killed.
it was, oh, it was good for what we got after the Last Jedi,
Yeah,
but it's still Disney turned
um,
down the best treatment. I don't know if you've heard this. I forget the name, but I think he's done Jurassic movies. Not Steven Spielberg.
Spielberg.
No, 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 not Spielberg.
No,
I think he
okay.
did Jurassic World. Disney turned it down.
Oh,
Um, have you heard his treatment? Well,
No, I didn't know that
okay,
they'd turn him down or anything,
he was
but
going to do Rise of Skywalker. It was going to be called the Duel of the Fates. Star Wars Episode 9 Duel of the Fates was his title for it. It
would
included
have been
a
better.
very beat down Coruscant. Coruscant was going to
Okay.
be heavily involved in it. Mustafar was going to be heavily involved in it. Anakin was going to be heavily involved in it. Anakin and Kylo Ren's like relationship. Anakin trying to talk
Yep.
to him. Um, and I'll send you a video later of the full treatment. And oh, dude, it could have been amazing. I reckon it could have. That treatment would have been in my
That
top
what
three favorite
everything you
Star
just
Wars movies. I
described to me
reckon
now
they
is just
missed an amazing opportunity. What the hell?
yeah. See, the way that they needed to grab the fans was to the last movie, right, of the Skywalker saga needed to be like Endgame.
Mm,
Not maybe not as long, but just be fan service, okay?
yep.
Have a good ending, right? Bring back everything that's been important to him. Mustafar, that's the planet that Anakin turns to the dark side. Um, he gets betrayed by, in his eyes, he gets betrayed by Obi-Wan, right? That's the turn of the Empire. That's the turn of the galaxy, right? Coruscant is where everything happened. It was the Jedi. It was where Order 66 happened. Um,
Yeah.
and then yeah, I mean, what you just described to me, it sounds great, and that's what a finale of
It.
a massive movie trilogy needs to
Yeah.
do. It needs to remind you of everything you've been through with these characters.
Mm, I agree. Like as we know, Scott, Episode 9 is the end of the Skywalker saga. But it
At
didn't
least for
feel like,
movies.
yeah, it didn't feel like the end of the Skywalker saga. It felt like the end of the sequel trilogy.
Exactly.
It concluded the sequel trilogy great, but it did not conclude the Skywalker saga great.
Not at all.
Luke
Not at all.
and Leia become a Force Ghost, say it's okay for Rey to use their last name. Anakin doesn't show up. Anakin's never seen in it. Anakin's only heard 3 times when he speaks to Rey and says, "Rise, Rey, bring balance to the Force," as I did once. He doesn't even show up. He doesn't talk to Kylo. He is just disregarded as the chosen one.
Yeah, it's woeful
Like,
for
obviously, Anakin can't be the chosen one for eternity, because, like, obviously, millions of years after the rise of Skywalker, there's gonna be everything's gonna be different, and Anakin can't just keep coming back to destroy the Sith.
no, of
But,
course not.
but still, what they did with Rey, no. Anakin would have.
And
Anakin, I understand that Luke shut himself off from the Force, but he wouldn't have done that regardless. And Anakin would have talked to him. I know Luke shut himself off from the Force, so he couldn't. But Luke wouldn't have done that anyway.
no, and that's. I mean, it's just.
I heard something the other day. I was watching just YouTube Shorts or TikTok or something. I was just scrolling and I come across a video. This Star Wars author, he says the reason Luke was going to kill Kylo Ren was because, as we know, Luke can see the future as Anakin could as well until Anakin was burnt. Um, but Luke saw that Kylo was going to kill his father Han. Luke's best friend is Han, so that brought Luke to killing Kylo. That does make a bit
Mhm.
more sense, but it's not conveyed that way in the movies, so you wouldn't know that.
No, like I appreciate him trying to give a better reasoning to it all, but
And how would Luke
that's
explain that to Han and Leia? Oh, I saw that your son was going to kill you, Han. Han would not believe that bullshit.
not at all.
You know what Han's like.
He doesn't. I mean, he's. It took him however long to believe in the Force.
Yeah. Obviously,
Um,
in A New Hope, he says, "Oh, it's just a bunch of luck or whatever."
yeah. I mean, I appreciate them still trying to like give us a better reasoning, but I don't
They,
know why people are trying to defend
I think
Disney. At
I
least
think
for those
they're,
anymore.
yeah, I think they're realizing their mistakes and they're trying to use
Hmm.
excuses.
Yeah,
But it's just, yeah.
I'd
Just give
much
me
rather them
more
just like
Filoni
retcon
stuff,
it.
dude. Definitely. Just make it Legends. Redo it. But I see that would be
Yeah,
like
exactly.
they can't. They can't because of
No, they
Carrie.
can't.
Because of Carrie
Yeah,
Fisher. They can't.
no, they can't. They can't do that. But I mean,
Because her last movie was a Star Wars movie, and they
wasn't
disregard
right.
that now.
Um,
They can't do that. Yeah.
but she yeah, no, I think they do get hated on a lot. The sequels, I think Daisy Ridley did a good job with what she was given. John Boyega,
He doesn't like sequels himself. He talks so much smack about it.
oh yeah, no,
He
he doesn't like
hated
it,
his
but I think for what
character.
he was given with,
Yeah,
he did
the
he
acting
did
was
good.
fine.
Like
The acting was fine.
um
I hate it when people blame things on the actors because they're given the script. They have to do what they're told.
exactly.
It's the directors and the writers and the producers.
Yeah. Um, the guy who plays Poe Dameron,
Oscar Isaac.
that's it. Yes, because he also plays
I
Moon Knight.
yeah, I love him.
He
He's
was
one of my
probably one of my
favorite
favorite
characters.
characters.
Yeah, same. Him and Kylo, probably the only two sequel characters. Like
Yeah,
Finn
Kylo
had
Ren,
Finn had so
Adam
much
Driver,
Finn had so much potential after
he
The
did.
Force Awakens. But Ryan Johnson just destroyed that. He could have been just yeah.
He could have. It was everybody. I do remember everybody being excited for Finn. He was the first.
Yeah. Like,
It was
the amount of promotion they did for him on the posters, him
yeah,
having the lightsaber, and then Rey in The Force Awakens just uses Jedi mind trick on
yep.
Kylo out on the stormtrooper and doesn't allow Kylo to get into her mind. Someone trained by the Chosen One's son. Kylo was trained by Luke, and this random scavenger girl couldn't. Kylo couldn't get into a random scavenger girl's mind.
It's
Training is nothing. The lack of training Ray had. Training isn't. What's the saying? Um, Perfection
I'm
is
not sure.
nothing without training. Like you can't be
Yeah,
perfect.
I kind of get what you mean.
Yeah. If you don't train for something, you're nothing.
Yeah, no, it's. I
Like
still
Usain
dislike
Bolt,
Last
the
Shadow.
fastest
Well,
runner of all time, like sprinter.
mm,
He didn't
wasn't
just.
just born.
Yeah, he obviously has the natural ability, but he wasn't born and woke up and and ran a race and became the fastest man. He went through
No,
hard, intense training. Anakin, the chosen one, the highest midichlorian count. The amount of training he had to go through in between episode 1 and 2, those 10 years, hard training, still in the Clone Wars, and
I think people's like reasoning is uh, sequel fans could use the excuse that Anakin just could see the future when he was doing the pod racing.
uh,
That's the only like relative thing that I can think of.
I
But
I don't think he saw the future when he was. Yeah, he was force sensitive, but I don't think.
well, with the pod racing, it's I think that's what Qui Gon said. Something he's like, you can see things before they happen, or something like that. I'm not sure. I could be wrong, but it's along
I
those lines at least.
I think Anakin like started seeing the future when he started training in the Force. I reckon that's when he
I'll
started.
probably see the future, yeah. But he like with the pod racing, he knew what to do. That's why he did so well. That's what it was hinting at in the Phantom Menace. Um,
Mm, yeah,
but
yeah, I know what you
like
mean with the bit where Qui Gon. Yeah, yeah.
um, but it's nothing in comparison. And like, if you look at the two movies, right? If you look at A New Hope and Force Awakens, people heavily
Copy
ridicule
and
them for being a
paste.
lot alike.
Copy and paste. Yeah.
Yeah, but if you look at it, if you look at Ray, um, if you look at Ray, yes, she's been told about the Force. She knows what it is to an extent, and then she can do a mind trick. But then if you look at when they're in the car, Obi-Wan and Luke, and Obi-Wan does the mind trick on the stormtrooper,
Mm-hmm.
Luke's like, "What's that?"
Yeah.
Right? That's more realistic. That's more. That's what wish people like how it was expressed for Ray, but because I don't know if it's
And
true or not.
same with the
I don't know if
Force
it's.
heal stuff. Ray Force healing Kylo,
Oh, that was just annoying.
and then Kylo for stealing Rey. Why? Or why didn't Obi-Wan do it to Qui-Gon?
Yeah, no, I've seen a little clip of that. It's like Ray and Kylo healing each other,
Yeah.
and Qui-Gon somebody dubs it over with their face, and it's like Qui-Gon's like looking at Obi-Wan. He's like, "Fuck, you didn't do that to me."
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but yeah, no, it's me personally, I prefer Rise because
Fair enough.
Last Jedi ruins more, and if Snoke wasn't killed in Last Jedi, he would have been the main antagonist in Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I don't know. Both films are a disaster. To be honest, I
Oh
still
yeah,
haven't.
no, they're both.
I still haven't sorted out which was worse. Yeah. I don't know. Didn't. Yeah. It's. Yeah. It's tough. Those are just. Yeah. Let's just continue watching what we love. With Towers of the Jedi, that was amazing, and just Dave Filoni really knows what he's doing, and I hope he stays with Lucasfilm. I hope
Mhm.
they don't do a stupid decision and friggin' I don't know, fire him. Who knows? Obviously, Dave Filoni's saving Star Wars. Dave Filoni wasn't at Star Wars. I low key think Dave Filoni was never born, and Star Wars would be underground, like dead.
As of now, yeah,
Yeah, yeah, as is now, as of now.
yeah, no, definitely, I agree. Um, I think the Clone Wars revived, like the Clone Wars as a series, kept Star Wars fans going after.
After that,
Um,
yeah.
when did Clone Wars finish? Was it 2018?
2020.
Okay, so it came out after Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah.
It
Season
finished after Rise of
7.
Skywalker.
Yeah. Because they brought it back. So they cancelled the
Mm,
show, and then they brought it back.
yeah,
There was a
I
big
think
gap in
that's
between
the
season
reason that
6
it
and 7.
I think that's the reason that Star Wars is still alive because the Clone Wars,
Definitely.
purely the Clone Wars.
Yeah.
Um,
And then, obviously.
just had to say that an animated show that's been running
Yeah.
for however many years
It
before
went
that.
from 2008 to 2020, 12 years.
Yeah.
It started when I was 1 years old, and
Oh
it
my
finished when I
god, you
was.
baby.
It started when I was 1 years old, and it finished when I was 13 years old. It's
Jesus. Okay.
crazy.
It's really weird to think of,
Yeah.
but
I remember watching it on
it's
Cartoon Network when I
yeah.
was like 6.
All the time
I,
I'd get
I
home
I
from
always
school,
remember
nothing else would be on.
when I was like 8 years old. I thought it wasn't real Star Wars. Like I always, because I had seen number 1 to 6, and I thought it was just fun little Star Wars. Like I was a little kid, I loved it, but I didn't think it was real Star Wars. Like now, it's
Yeah.
freaking. It is Star Wars. Like it's saving glory of Star Wars.
Yeah. No, I wasn't that big of a fan of Star Wars to begin with, like growing up,
Mm.
which I know it sounds crazy because,
I
but
my my dad got me into the original trilogy, and then I don't know. I can't even remember the first time I ever watched it.
I
I don't know.
mean, Rise of Skywalker was the first movie I saw in cinemas.
Really, my first one was Force Awakens.
Yeah. Um, but the first one that I watched was Force Awakens. It was on Netflix, and I'm like, I'll give it a watch. And then I
Really, it
decided to,
was.
yeah, I know. Oh no! I watched the OTs when I was really young because
Yeah,
it was
every kid's seen like the original Star Wars at least. I swear.
yeah, because it was just on like free to air TV.
Yeah.
Um, but I don't know. I just didn't get attached. I was never attached to like movies like that. Like I didn't like the Harry Potter trilogy series until Mom
Oh,
bought me a book once, and I
I've
read them, and I'm
never
like,
seen
"Fuck,
Harry
this is
Potter.
great."
Yeah.
I think you would like it. It's basically Wizard Star Wars. To sum up, I know I'm probably going to piss off a few people there, but um,
I'm really
it's
behind on a lot of
kind of
stuff. Like I say I want to be like a filmmaker when I'm older, and like I've got to. People say, "Oh, you got to watch all this stuff, to know what real filmmaking is." But I haven't seen all the Marvel films. I haven't seen all the DC films. I haven't seen Harry Potter. I haven't seen any of the other big franchises. Like I'm really behind on a lot of stuff.
Yeah. No, that's so am I. Like I get I'm not a crazy fan of Lord of the Rings. I've seen them all.
Yeah, I've never seen that. I've never seen Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones, Stranger Things. My four big franchises that I'm diehard for, and the things I really only watch: Karate Kid, the originals, and Cobra Kai
Yep,
now.
obviously.
Seen all
Obviously.
that. Fast and Furious, seen all them, love them. The Rocky franchise, seen all that, love that. And now Creed franchise. Creed 3 trailer came out,
Yeah.
loved it. My reaction, I react to it on my gaming channel,
I
and
love Michael B. Jordan.
yeah, he's good. And Star Wars. They're like my four big things.
Yeah.
Mainly Star Wars at the moment because Star Wars is consistent with getting stuff. Fast and Furious next year, number 10. Excited for that. Creed 3
I'm
next
not.
year. Excited for Fast 10.
No.
I just
Um
okay
I
after
loved it. I would rewatch them so many times. I don't think
I
I could tell you how many times I watched Too Fast, Too Furious.
I love this. It's my third favorite movie. Yeah. So my first is Fast and the original, and then it's
Yep.
number
5
7.
and then 2.
No, 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 no. It
Oh, okay.
goes it goes the original, number 7, number 2, number 5, then Tokyo Drift.
I didn't love Tokyo Drift.
Yeah, I remember you telling me.
Oh yeah, okay. But so my list goes 5, 2, 7, 1, 6,
Yeah.
4, and
I
then the rest I don't care about.
I did
8,
a
9, 10.
rank today actually. I've been home all sick all week because I had Astro, but I did a rank today. I went so I went the original, number 7, then number 5, then number 2, then Tokyo Drift, then number 6, then number 3, then number 9, then Hobbs and Shaw, then number 8.
Yeah, Hobson
It
Shaw.
hasn't been the same without Paul Walker.
No, he owned uh yeah, he owned the company like the Fast and Furious franchise. Like he bought it out because he loved it that much.
Paul Walker.
Yeah, he owned
Mhm.
the actual franchise.
I never knew that.
Yeah, because he just loved it too much. After Too Fast, Too Furious, he bought it out and he's like, "This is great."
Really?
And yeah, no, as I said, he absolutely loved it. He
How did I know that? That's crazy.
and then yeah, that's kind of why it's gone to shit since he's passed away,
Yeah.
which was
Number
absolutely tragic. Like
number
it's
10. Obviously, his character Brian O'Connor is still alive. Number 10. Vin Diesel's already confirmed that they're bringing him back. Like,
no, I don't like
yeah,
it.
I know a lot of fans aren't happy with it. I personally will probably cry when I see him on screen. I'm iffy about it. Obviously, just let the man rest. But I love the character so much. But then again, I love Paul Walker so much. So it's is kind of disrespectful to make because they're gonna make a lot of money out of him again, and it
Yeah,
feels like they're milking him for money. Like number 7 is is in the top 11 or top 10 highest grossing films of all time. Number 7, and
yeah,
he died halfway through filming that one,
yeah.
and
It kind of like
it made
shows.
them a lot of money. His death made them a lot of money, and then number 8 made a lot as well.
It did.
Number 9 slowly went back down, and if he's in the trailer for number 10. He's just milking him, and that's sad.
It's kind of disrespectful for them
It's
to do that.
sad. Yeah.
Like as I said, he's done so much for the company. Him and Vin Diesel. If you just watch like past interviews of them together, he just has so much passion for it. Um, and yeah, like some of the interviews that Vin Diesel's done recently, he's just so when he gets asked about it, he just gets so passionate, and like you can tell
Yeah.
how much Paul Walker meant to all of them, and it's kind of like just walking all. No, no, I'm not. I don't want to be like that, but they're kind of like, yeah, they're disrespecting the name. They're disrespecting what he kind of made
Mm.
because it was built off the back of him.
Yeah.
Vin Diesel didn't want to return for a second one, so that's why Too Fast, Too Furious was
Yeah.
without him. Too Fast, Too Furious did amazing. Tokyo Drift, I think underachieved, but it picked up like it's yeah. I'm pretty sure it underachieved,
It
but
was different. It's like it was just
yeah,
different for the franchise. The reason why it none of the OG cast was in it is because they couldn't afford Universal couldn't afford to pay them. So they
yeah,
got an but they wanted to keep the Fast and Furious franchise alive, so they got new
yeah.
actors.
You know, they had to hire a fall guy.
Oh what?
So the big scene in Tokyo Drift that when they um when they do the big drift through that main street.
Yeah, and with other people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. They had to hire a full guy to go to jail because they never got a permit to do that. So
What?
they had to, yeah, they had to hire a guy to when the cops showed up to be like, yeah, I'm the director, and then he got put in jail for a night because they weren't like they filmed it illegally. He wasn't allowed to do that.
Really? Justin Lin was the
Yeah,
director for that.
yeah. Well,
They got a
they
fake.
had to hire a full guy so that when the
Jesus.
cops showed up, they were like, yeah, this is me. So this guy had to go to jail for a
So
night because he's
so
like,
all those people were real, actual pedestrians.
no, uh, I'm not sure.
Or did they
I
just turn up with all their camera gear? The public's like, oh my god, they're filming a movie, and like, all right, guys, over a megaphone, they go,
yeah,
all right,
I
guys, we're
think so.
filming a movie. Do this, blah
Something
blah.
like that.
Maybe they did that, and the pedestrians is like, oh my god, well they're filming a big movie. Look at this, they got the camera with the. So,
Yeah.
oh my god,
I'm pretty sure it was too expensive to hire out like the road because of how important the road is.
oh my god, yeah.
And yeah, a guy had to go to jail for a night to be the fall guy for them, which I thought was funny.
I never knew that.
Yeah, no, it's like the things that they did. It was the franchise has done so much, and I feel yeah, it's they've kind of dishonored him. And I don't like saying that because I've loved him forever. I've
Me
grown
too.
up with these
Top three
movies.
favorite actors.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like it's disappointing. I don't think I think it'll do well because if it is confirmed to be the last one in the
Oh no, no,
series,
no,
which
number 11 is so
that's
they're
right,
filming number
it's a
10 this
two-parter.
year, and then they're filming number 11 back to back. So filming number 10 and 11 back to back.
It's just
And apparently there's going to be a show of young Dominic Toretto and young Jacob Toretto. So they've already,
no,
I know, they've already got the actors. Apparently going to be a show of them too.
no,
I know,
they're turning into Disney.
yeah. This and the
I mean,
I hate it when franchises milk stuff. They just want to keep it going on. Like that's what
yeah, they've
Rocky's
got
doing now with the Creed like Creed's obviously a sequel to Rocky's, and they're doing that with Creed. They should have ended Creed 2. Creed 2 was a great ending. Rocky going to live with his family. Michael B. Adonis Creed having a kid, getting married. No need
yeah.
for number 3. Now number 3 7 years after number 2. I think Rocky may be dead in it because he has cancer in number 2. But I don't know. But yeah, franchises they always seem to be milking stuff these days.
It's
Even
just as you said
even
before, it's just where the money is.
yeah,
That's all they care
even look
about.
at Toy Story now. They made a Buzz Lightyear spin-off that absolutely flopped at the box office.
Yep.
They had to bring it to
I didn't
Disney
like
Plus
4.
early.
Don't even talk to me about 4. I hated it.
Fall.
I went to go watch it with my friend. 4. Toy Story 4.
Oh, Toy Story. Oh yeah, I saw it. 2019.
I hated it.
Me
It was a
too.
cash grab. It was
It
for them to
was
make more
very,
toys.
it was very bad, and it did very did good at the box office. But it, oh dude, my favorite
Of
Toy
course,
Story
it's
is
going
number
to.
2. Yeah,
No, 3 is for
yeah,
me.
I love
3
you
made
say
like
that.
12-year-old me cry.
Mine's number 2.
I mean, I like all of them. All of
Yeah,
them
me
like
too.
my favorite,
1,
but
2, and 3. Good.
three's for me it goes 3, 1, 2.
I found number
That's the
3
order.
scary with the big bear, the purple bear.
Yeah,
He was scary to me.
I suppose I was a little bit older than you
Yeah.
when it came out. Like
Well,
came out like what 2013.
I was 6.
I would have
You would have
been
been
9.
9, yeah.
Um, but yeah, no, I don't know how many times I cried just watching them all hold hands and almost die.
Yeah.
And then even after that, the emotional train wreck after when Andy gives them away,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah,
they're just
yeah.
like, how many? Like what? 8 years later, they're like, another one.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's disappointing, but
That's just
I did not
everyone
like it.
at the moment. In milk and stuff and so many every franchise nowadays.
They're
And
just gonna keep
remakes
doing it
like
though.
and remaking of original old films like I don't know if you've ever seen Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
I have seen that. It's a
I love it, bro.
very
One
good
of my
movie.
favorite like solo films that's not part of a franchise. They're
Mm.
making a remake of it. They're doing a
Oh,
remake.
God.
I need to, dude. Like the Karate Kid, they did a remake.
Yeah.
It was pretty good, but like no need to.
No, no. It's just where the money is, and
Yeah,
Jaden Smith at the time was very big because he was his dad's son, obviously,
it was Will Smith's son. Or
and
is Will Smith's son?
yeah. Well, I wouldn't want to be with everything happening early this year.
No, wanna get don't wanna don't wanna what happened to Chris Rock?
Or Chris Rock. I love Chris Rock. Chris Rock's
He's,
probably my favorite comedian.
yeah, he's pissed a lot
I
of
love
people
Chris Rock.
off.
Who, Chris Rock or Will
Yeah,
Smith?
Chris Rock, like
Wait, what do you do?
with his jokes, like in general,
Uh,
when he makes a joke, like sometimes he pisses like the jokes he targets at people. Sometimes he pisses them off so much. Will Smith, he's the one that went too far with it, and friend slapped him.
yeah. I mean, the thing about comedians is people will laugh at one joke, then get offended at the next, and it's like
Yeah,
that's just hypocritical. Like if you're gonna be
yeah,
um offended, be offended at all of them, not just the ones that offend you.
I agree. Oh.
Like I make crude jokes, I make maybe harmful jokes, but
It's
I
just for
won't.
fun, like funny games. Like it's a joke.
Yeah,
It's a
but
joke.
I'm not gonna get offended at you if you say something to me.
Yeah, it's a joke. Like yeah,
Yeah, like obviously if I cross the line, tell me. That's fine. I won't joke about that again.
yeah.
But then you can't. Um.
Do something
Yeah. No.
that
It's just.
crosses the
Yeah.
line
Like
that you know
that. You
will
know.
cross the line.
Like yeah. People will go to a comedy show, laugh at all the jokes, and then one's like I don't know a fat joke or a suicidal joke, and then they'll get offended at that, and it's like obviously I understand it. Things hurt.
Mm.
But you can't laugh at children starving, and then
No.
be like the next joke, be like, oh no, I had like an uncle's dog who committed suicide. That's offensive, you know.
Yeah, it's just yeah. I don't know why. Yeah.
Um, but yeah, no, I don't know how we went from Tales of the Walking Dead to comedians being ridiculed, but
He was
I
at
love
the
it. I
Walking
don't care.
Tales of the Walking Dead.
Oh no, sorry, that's also a show coming out, guys. I recommend
Come
watching that.
on,
It'll
buddy.
be on AMC Plus. No, The Walking Dead is wrapping up. I don't think you've ever seen it. It's a good
Now
series. I recommend it.
Doctor Who got renewed for another season apparently. Have
Yeah,
you
yeah,
seen
the
it?
guy came back for it.
I watched. I think I watched one episode when I was like a little kid, and I was like laughing.
Weird.
It is
It's like
weird.
Merlin. Like, it's one of those weird British TV series.
Yeah.
Um, but no, it's done well. Like, it's Doctor Who, very, very well acclaimed. Very
Yeah. Well, we went a bit off track. We've been like recording over an hour and 10 minutes. So, yippee!
wouldn't be us if we didn't.
No, expect us to do that. But no.
Always.
Talked a bit more tonight about stuff. We were just originally gonna do like a 30-minute episode of Tales of Jedi. That's all good.
No, never.
I should. I don't even really need to edit this much. I probably won't watch the whole thing through. I'll just add in my intro and black dip and screens and stuff, and I'll
Yeah,
upload it. Yeah. So I reckon we're gonna end it off here.
no
Tales
worries.
of Jedi once again. I loved it, dude. Episode 4, my favorite. Count Dookie loved it. Give me more. So hyped for it. And episode 7 was pretty mid. Space Miami. I forgot to talk about Space Miami. Was funny. Was fun as well. And the music was a bit groovy. Was very different for a Star Wars show. You know the sand trooper that stops Cassian.
Yeah.
That's
Because
Sam
he's
Witwer. That's Sam Witwer.
Oh,
That was Sam Witwer. Yeah.
oh, okay,
It's
cool.
crazy. And we saw K2SO droids or whatever. But no, let's not have a whole nother conversation. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks, Joseph, for coming back onto the show. It was
No
good
worries.
fun
Always
as
enjoy it.
always. Yeah. Our shortest episode, but we're forcing it to end it now. We could go on and talk about many more things, but I've got school tomorrow. First day back of the week. Um,
Damn.
Freaking school work to do. Alrighty. Well, guys, if you enjoyed, please give us a thumbs up, give us a rating, subscribe, follow. Joseph, hope to have you back on the show again. I'm sure
Oh,
we
definitely.
will. Yeah. And we'll catch you guys in the next episode of All Things Podcast. I'm your host, Isaac, joined by Joseph today, and we'll see you guys next episode. Thanks, guys. See you guys. Bye bye.